This has just been an exciting year for the Carolinas with all the major wins. I mean, of course, the Carolina Hurricanes, they've always been good.
Yeah, but it's been 20 years since they won their only Stanley Cup. It'd be nice if they could
Do it again.
win both
They
games
always
in
get
Vegas
close.
and then come back and finish it off in Raleigh.
Oh,
maybe
wouldn't
next
that be
week.
nice?
Love to see it.
That'd be nice. In the meantime, it does not feel like hockey weather outside.
You
Hardcore
might
fans,
need ice, baby.
there you go. Hardcore fans will tell you it's always hockey weather, no matter what the temperature is outside. And it's going to be increasingly steamy as we head through the weekend. It won't be out of control heat and humidity, but a noticeable increase in both, and that will fuel our next first alert for scattered thunderstorms in the forecast by Monday. Let's talk about the heat first and where we're going as we head through the rest of today. Temperatures climbing up into the upper 80s this afternoon. That's only 3 degrees above what's normal for the 5th of June, and then we steadily back down through the 80s into the 70s as we head through the rest of this evening. We've had cool temperatures in the mornings the past couple of days. As the humidity ramps up, that's going to go away. Let's fill in the rest of the map for the rest of today. Mid to upper 80s and some low 90s in the Sandhills. You're going to be the hot spots. Cool locations, no surprise, in the mountains, still around 80 degrees there. And there's more hot weather to come. We're going to be close to 90 degrees tomorrow, and I think we'll actually hit 90 degrees on Sunday. Yes, that's hot, but it's well short of record territory. Almost 10 degrees below Saturday's record and a solid 7 degrees below Sunday's record high temperature. And while the humidity is going to increase, it's not going to be dangerously hot and humid. We're looking at moderate heat risk at worst in the forecast for the rest of today because the humidity isn't bad. Moderate heat risk once again, and just patchy on Saturday. That ramps up a little bit on Sunday. The reason for the increase is that the humidity is steadily going to be coasting upward as we go through the weekend. So this is where we've been over the last 7 days. These past 3 or 4 days have been really nice, but stepwise, we're just going up and up on the muggy meter and really peaks on Monday, and that is the fuel for that next chance of thunderstorms. Let's check out Futurecast, and we are going to see the possibility of a couple of pop-up showers or thunder showers, mainly along and north of I-40 by Sunday evening. This is the most enthusiastic forecast model in terms of those rain chances. Take it with a grain of salt. I think the showers and storms should be pretty few and far between, but a better chance of those developing as we head through Monday afternoon into Monday evening, and that's going to be more widely distributed activity. Only about a 50-50 chance of rain in any one spot on the map, but it's the best chance we're going to see for a while because once that moves through, we're back down to our typical summertime 20 to 30% chance of a pop-up storm on any given day through the rest of the week. Into the following weekend, maybe things get a bit more active, but that's a long way down the line. We're going to ride the temperature roller coaster in the short term up to around 90 degrees today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Back down into the lower half of the 80s on Tuesday behind that cold front that sparks the storms Monday. And we climb right back up mid-80s on Wednesday, which is normal for mid-June, and then near 90 degrees for high temperatures on Thursday, probably even hotter than that for the following weekend. We will cross that bridge when we come to it.